Hello, everybody, and welcome back to England. The amazing, great tutorial that am not very good at, but I'm trying to give you the best impression of what this game does and how it works that I can. Yay! Uh, so yeah, welcome back. We are on to finance, which means we are halfway. We're at the halfway point after this episode. There's 4 more tabs to go. And I might combine the last 2 into one video. I'm not totally sure yet. But I'm at war with Brazil. It's interesting information, everybody. Very interesting information. Oh yeah, I was going to invade those countries. Anyway, so yeah, the tab now is a very important tab of finance. This is where all of your money comes into play, and that big number up at the top that you see right there comes into play as well. Um, Personally, I've never seen that high of a number before, except in a couple of LPs of mine. I think I hold one of the records for the highest, which would be the African Empire with over $10 trillion, which is ridiculous. But the economy is extremely simple to keep on a positive. It is not difficult. And this tab comes hand in hand with this tab, the production tab. So profit comes from here generally. You want all this to be profitable. I explained that in the production tab, but this is extremely important to this. They go hand in hand almost 100% of the time. So just keep that in mind. So over here we have this finance thing here. Which here is your total treasury, which again is up at the top here. There will be either a green or red arrow. Thankfully, we have both here, which is kind of nice for the effect of this demonstration. The down means that your economy, that it is currently dropping, whatever it is. Right now, it's my treasury is currently going down. I am losing money. I'm not gaining money. And if that changes, that arrow will switch to a green up arrow. And over here is my GDP, which is how much on average my people make. So per year salary on average. And right now that is a nice almost $32,000, which is fairly good for England. And currently it is also going up, so that could hit $32,000 per person, which would be great. Again, if that changes and my average salary starts to drop for whatever reason, then it will go to a down arrow and that number will start to go down. And that happens it depends. If you're at war, it seems to happen quicker because your money is changing hands faster than normal because you are taking over towns and you are taking things that need to be repaired. You're taking different things that are going to either make you money or make you lose money. So it's much quicker. If you are in a neutral state, I believe it is I think it's every minute and a half, something like that, that it updates that. So, yeah. This is your overall tax rate, which we will explain how to change. Inflation is 1.4%. That, I don't think you can change that, actually. Unemployment, again, is 6.1%, which you can sort of change by building things like, timber or whatever. Somewhere people can work, power plants, wherever the fuck, it doesn't matter. Pretty much everything is something that people can work at. Oh, yeah, oh my goodness. It's early in the morning. I apologize for that. But anyway, yeah, unemployment, which I have never had go above 11%. And I've actually had a lot of problems in the past, especially with the Serbian LP, if you remember the beginning of that, with a very low unemployment rate where we were going to have to try and find workers from somewhere else um, to meet our demand of worker need, which has happened to me a couple times. It happened to me with the African Empire twice, but obviously taking over countries kind of helps solve that problem. So yeah. And this here is your daily income and expenses. So the income is at the top here, which is $30 billion, and the expenses is $33 billion. So currently my expenses are higher than my income, so I'm losing money. So it has here surplus or deficit. I'm currently in deficit, which means I am losing money. Um, so yeah, I am losing cash. Am I at war with anybody in... Okay, because I might have to unpause this here to change some of this. So we're going to unpause it. Yay. Okay. So, and you can see those numbers all started to change. That went down, that went up to 32,000. That went even more down, so I'm losing even more fucking money because the game hates me. Um, and this is projected daily trade and previous day trade and total debt. I have no debt currently. However, if you are in the UN, haven't paid off your debt, it will probably be there. Most countries have debt, especially in the beginning. I'm far enough in this where I've paid it all off, so I don't have to worry about it. And the projected daily trade is how much the game thinks you're going to make in trades today, and the previous daily trade is how much you made yesterday in trades. Now, this projected daily trade is never really true. It's always either more or less depending on the number and how much your previous day trade was. You can generally bet how much you're going to trade off the previous day trade, but sometimes things like petroleum will become something people need and require, and if I had a lot of it, which I do, they're going to buy a lot of it and I'm going to make more money. So it really depends on what people need and how much of it you have to trade. So you can see a previous daily trade wasn't really that much. So now if we go over here, this is the social spending tab. This is a very somewhat important tab. Daily social cost, how much it's costing me to keep everything up for social aspects of life per day. Daily recommended, how much they recommend me to spend, and percent of the total budget. So the percentage that I'm spending on this in total of the total budget of everything. This will change because my minister is changing it. However, he's a total idiot, and I wish he would stop because he sucks. And these are all of the social aspects of life. So you have healthcare, you have education, you have infrastructure, you have environment, you have social assistance, you have cultural subsidy, law enforcement, which I recommend keeping high, and family subsidy. The one that you really want to keep high here is law enforcement, not so much infrastructure, but law enforcement, social assistance, and healthcare are the ones you want to keep high. You can individually, if you click on it, so for example, education, you can adjust them as just a single thing. So quality rating, it has what the quality of my education is, which is really, really good. If it's over 100%, it is perfect. It is exactly what you need. And here it shows your daily investments, which I currently am putting 1.1 billion and recommended about 1 billion. And I can adjust the daily investments. So I can adjust how much with just education. So I can adjust just education. You can see it goes all the way down or all the way up here, whatever. I can do that. However, realistically speaking, I don't recommend you do that. So I can click away. I recommend just taking this bar and clicking it somewhere else. So I'm now spending a lot less than I was supposed to, but that's fine. That's more than fine. So, and you can see over here it changes as well. So if I put this down to 0, I'm making a lot of fucking money, but I don't want to put it down to 0. So we're gonna put it up to like there, and yeah, yay. So that's what that's what you do with that, and it makes the difference if you're losing a lot of money. For England, I don't really have to worry that much because by the time I lose $1.8 billion, I'm going to take over the fucking world anyway. So, because I wasn't losing it at an alarmingly large rate. I was losing like $2 billion a day, which is not that much. But I can adjust that. Now, the thing with this is too is that your minister is going to continually change it. So if you change that to make profit and click away and you go into something else and you go to war with somebody, whatever, blah 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 blah, you have to come back to this and adjust it again because I don't know how to disable this stupid fucking idiot. I'm pretty sure you just come in here. Yeah, you just come in here and you can just do that. And you can literally just unclick everything with this. I will explain how this all works too. Don't worry about that. But yeah. So, recommend disabling him, kind of. He's kind of a dick. And let's go to this tab. Taxes. Oh my god, taxes. Daily tax income rate is $17 billion. Tax rate is 75%. And it's the same thing as the social stuff over here. You can click on this to adjust the individual tax rate for everything. There's low-income neighborhoods, high-income neighborhoods, corporate, small business, pension tax, property tax, unemployment tax, and sales tax. So, yeah, honestly, it depends on where you are in all of it. I would recommend putting it all the way up. if you are losing a lot of money like I am. If you're not, I'd recommend putting it around like halfway. And if for whatever reason you're making billions, like tens of billions of dollars, I'd recommend putting that down to nothing or close to nothing because your people will love you for it, and countries will beg to join you. So yeah, it's really is up to you personally because I can't seem to get England back up in like any sort of shape. I put it up to maximum. All right, and now we have bonds and loans, which is going to be difficult to show you because I'm not part of the UN. Now, basically, here there will be a rate, amount, and date. So the date that you took out the bond, how much you took out, and the percentage rate. So it would be a credit interest rate of probably, as you can see here, 2%. And up here there would be a button to take out a loan. And basically what that is if you're going into debt and you're still a member of the UN, which I am not, you can click that, they give you a bunch of money, and you owe them that money, and it goes into your total debt down here. That is really what that is. It's useful when you're in a bind in the beginning, like when you have to build military goods and stuff and you have like no fucking money. It's a good thing to have and a good thing to use. I highly recommend using it if you have to. If you don't have to, don't. Don't like jeopardize anything for it, but it's a good thing to use if you need. And over here it just is basic stuff. So my credit rating is 142%, which is really fucking, I don't even know if that's good. New bonds, I don't have any. I don't have any owed. If you have new bonds, it'll show how much you owe there. Interest rate on that bond. Next issue number, so 28. That's how many bonds I've taken out is 27, or yeah, 27 before this, and the next one I would have taken out would have been 28. And the due date to pay it off would be a year from now. So you have to pay it off. That's the thing. And my total debt is down here as well, which I have none. So that's what that is. It's kind of useful. It is kind of useful. And my income summary, which basically tells you where you're making your money. So I have low income, high income, corporate tax, small business, sales tax, unemployment, property tax, pension tax, trade surplus. This is where I'm making my money. It tells you how much from that I'm making, so you can see the most I'm right now I'm making is from high income neighborhoods, which is kind of nice. Fuck you, all the rich people. We are the 1%. Oh, okay. I really don't care about your 1%. I don't give a shit. I'm going to like tax your motherfucking ass off. I don't care who you are. So that's all my income. That's where I'm making a lot of my money. And here as well, loans, interest, foreign aid. So if I was part of the UN, the loan principal would be like the bonds and loans and stuff, how much I'm making from that. Foreign aid, so if a country was giving me money for whatever fucking reason, which countries will do if you are nice to them and you're allies with them and they like you and you're running out of money, they will send you money. I've had that many, many times before. And had that, it'll say there how much you're getting until that foreign aid runs out. And the interest as well from bonds and loans and stuff will go there. So that's really what that is, just telling you where your money is, like who is making you money. So, and expenses, how much you are spending. Yeah, I'm spending a lot. Military preparedness, so how much you are prepared for war. Intelligence, production, so producing goods, how much I'm spending for that. Facilities, social services, how much I'm spending for that. My UN membership, I'm not. Interest and trade deficit, I'm not either. These are all things that would happen if I was in the UN, obviously. Interest and trade deficit, so trade deficit would be if somebody owed me money, I'd have to pay that out, and it's a bitch. But anyway, it's not that important. It doesn't happen that often. Really, these ones that I actually am spending and UN membership, if you are part of the UN, are the ones you have to worry about spending money on. Production is hard because you have to keep, like, for example, I'll go back to this. You have to, like, so this is electrical power. You have to keep that domestic sales above 0%, so you'll make money on it, and that has to be for fucking everything. Otherwise, you're going to have more expense. So here I have production, I'm spending that much, and I am making that much. 12. I have to get that recommendedly higher than this, because that's going to make me money. And unfortunately it's lower because I've kind of neglected this profile. But anyway, this is unit production stuff, so this is all like single things I'm producing. So unit production, which would be all military, air, ground, sea, and of course like transport and stuff like that. Construction, roads, buildings, whatever's going on right now, mostly roads. And research, how much research is costing me. And of course loan repayments. So if the bonds and loans stuff, if I took out a bond, I would have to repay that, and that would be in my expenses. and spending shortfalls, missed units, missed construction, missed research, missed repayments. Now this stuff is missed if you can't pay it, if you don't have the money. So if you have no cash, it tells you what I miss and how much it's costing, how much I need to start it up again, and that kind of stuff. So if you have $0 or you're in the negative and you miss unit production stuff, then it tells you how much you spent on it so far and how much you need left. So, yay. And trade summary. So, this shows you what you've been trading and what your top trading stuff is. Daily production, daily domestic sales, daily maintenance. So I'm spending roughly 15 billion and getting 12 billion, which is bad. But it's bad, but I digress. Whatever. I'm making a little bit of money now. So again, I have to get that daily domestic above daily production. So, yeah. Not difficult. I'm just lazy. So, yeah. Just do that. That's all you have to do. Daily maintenance, too, is just, like, how much it costs to, like, fix all this shit. Like, if it gets damaged and shit. Which they just spend on... It's a random fucking generated number. It's usually fairly low unless you own, like, 50 trillion things. Like, if I covered this entire area and fucking whatever... then that would go up higher. But and this will change, as you can see. We have last day's import, so if I'm importing anything, which I don't need to import anything because I am producing everything that my country currently needs. And my exports yesterday, how much I made in exports and trades. And so it shows here last day's trade. So if I had imports as well, so say I had 50 million in imports, that would take off of that because it would cost me money. And it would just take off the trade. So it would take 50 million off that. So instead of 1196, it would be 1146. So that's all that would be. And of course, it has the projected daily trade, same as over here. So, and over here, it has all the items that I'm currently trading the most of. So right now, it's petroleum. If I click on petroleum, nothing happens. I don't really understand why you can really click on these. It doesn't really make any sense to me. But yeah, these it just shows what I'm trading the most of. Pretty basic. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. We are halfway through, like I said. And I will see you all next time. Peace.